Well, hello everyone.
Hello!
So I just figured I'd do a pre-holiday season, before Christmas. This is probably going to drop Wednesday or Thursday this week before Christmas, but I got a lot of videos in edit. This weekend is probably still going to be the Vortex. I have to re-chop and add some more footage to it, so it's going to take some time. I'm going to try to get it by this weekend though. Everything I was looking at was consistent, so I didn't find anything different in the extra steps that I took. And I'm going to the range one more time before I drop it, but my conclusions are the same. I had a nice range day and meetup with a Florida man, HVACR. HVACR? I don't know. He's an air conditioning guy. And then Jumping Biscuits.
Yo, I woke up, I chose violence, choke up. These bitches silent, get fucked, nowhere to hide and no luck. I must oblige, I came to bludgeon all you pussies. You can call it what you want. I've been feeling kinda manic, I might kill them just for fun. Collecting heads, think you're better off dead. I could lie and say it isn't personal, I'm seeing red. You're the target, I'm the missile. Don't worry, they won't miss you. I think I got some problems, turning nothing to an issue. Now I solve it with my... I popped off, it's been a little boring. All my enemies...
Such a gangster name. Anyways, had a really good range day. Those of you in my other rifle length videos that have been bothering me to shoot 13.7 or 13.9, I finally shot a 13.7. It was a Ballistic Advantage Hansen profile, carbine length 13.7. It shot really smooth. It also had a Unity tactical mount with a Comp M5, so it was a really nice setup. I didn't run it too hard. I was just kind of trying to see how the rifle ran and feel the guy's setup, like the trigger and my head placement and everything with the Unity mount. And he also had a SIG suppressor. The thing was pretty nice. Shot really smooth, was really well put together, and it was set up for him. He's much taller than I am. It's not hard. It's a little too tall for me. I think 193 might even be a little tall. I know I scrunch down when I shoot, but that's kind of from stuff I've been doing over the years. I know it's not cool guy shit, but whatever. Lower 1/3 works for me the best. It's probably what I'm gonna stick with, but it was a really nice experience. We let each other run something that the other guy brought. Pretty sure we swapped ammo a couple times and everybody had a good time. And it was nice to meet somebody that knew what he was doing, was super cool, and everybody got along. It was very, very nice. I like those low stress shooting days where you just go out and have a blast. I look forward to shooting with them again in the future. Thanks, man. I had a good time. And Jumping Biscuits, we've been shooting multiple times. All right, shifting gears to politics briefly.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh boy, did Joe Manchin save our lives. He saved us from indentured servitude. That bill was crazy. Don't think they're going to take his no for an answer. They're definitely SOL for a while, but we're going to have to vote in the midterms, like absolutely going to have to change the makeup in there because that was way too close for comfort. They don't have to take your guns or even pass new gun laws if they can make you poor. So that was so close to tragedy, and we avoided it. It wasn't just Joe Manchin, it was definitely Kyrsten Sinema, and there's a few like quiet Democrats that weren't going to support it either, but they're more than happy to let Joe Manchin take all the heat. If you guys follow my, hey, when somebody does something good, send them $3 to $5, and you want to do that for Joe Manchin, I would support that. I'm not really big on Democrats for obvious reasons, but he really did save us from something that was really, really going to hurt us, and it was really going to drive that final nail into our economic standing. So I'm really, really pleased that that didn't go down. And if you do donate to him, like if you do just send him a thank you message or some sort of financial compensation for his stress and trouble, especially around the holidays, because they're not going to let this man rest. Definitely don't do it through ActBlue. Go to his website, because Act Blue, it does shady things. They'll take money, if you were inclined to give to Democrats, they'll take money from somebody, and they've been caught doing this multiple times, but they'll take money from somebody, like, let's say you give money to Joe Manchin, they'll take it, or Tulsi Gabbard, they'll take that money and give it to somebody else that they want more, who will toe the line. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind, but he legit saved us. I feel dirty, you know, supporting any sort of Democrat, and most Republicans, honestly, but the fact that he went in there, he took ownership, he went on TV and said, nope, not doing it, and saved us from that mess is pretty huge. The ATF is still looking at the pistol brace and receiver rules and changes that they were proposing. Don't let that slide into your periphery. It's very important. Keep that front and center, because that's going to be our next fight. They can't take all these L's and not have anything to show for it come midterms. So guess what's going to be on the table? Gun control. They've already made some public statements, which means expect them to go for the throat on gun rights when they come off of the holiday recess, essentially probably mid-January to February timeframe. Start expecting this stuff to roll out, because they've taken all these other L's. They can't afford to take literally one more. They're going to, but gun control is always something that they can throw to their supporters and be like, see, we did something, it's meaningful. And regardless of whether it is or not, it's something that they can tout as a win. So just be careful and keep your eyes peeled. And the second you see something, get the word out. Also, just go ahead and send some money to the FBC, because they're the only ones doing anything. GOA, I doubt, is listening, but if they are, we need more movement and more action out of you, less talking. Less YouTube videos. All right, moving more to the home front out of Washington, things are still going to be hard. Make sure you follow through on saving a little extra money, staying consistent on buying a little extra food, water, ammo, and supplies over time. I know I said it in a couple videos ago, but just stay consistent. Don't lose sight of the objective just because things are hard. And be measured. You know, don't go overboard. If there's a buy one get one sale or something like that, then that's the time to buy your normal amount times 2. You know, just try to figure out ways to win. I hate giving that advice because my mother always gives me that advice. My response and my gut response is almost always, we shouldn't be in this situation in the first place. And that's where a lot of people's anger comes from. I know, because I have it myself. It's not my mother's fault. She's trying to be positive in a negative situation. But, and she and I do not vote the same, and we do not agree on most issues. That notwithstanding, she's trying to give me positive advice, and I don't want to listen because I'm mad, right? But the reality of the situation is there's only so many things you have control over. All of us have control over, and the things that we do have control over, we need to focus on. Making sure you're well provisioned and doing the things that you know are going to help see you through hard times versus just sitting there and being pissed about it. It's super easy to be mad. It's super easy just to sit there and point and say, this is why. You're probably right, but the this is why is not going to feed you. The this is why is not going to have 4 to 5 combat loadouts of ammunition and magazines. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that you are your own supply and you are responsible for you. So whatever's happening in the world, whether it's good times or bad times, you have to try to position yourself and posture yourself so you're in the best position to continue to move forward and progress. So just keep that in mind. But always remember, you are your own supply. So your success or your failure is your responsibility, even in hard times. And with that, stay as healthy and on a good schedule as best you can.
Not my supervisor!
It's really easy, once again, to let negativity get to you and start pulling you in other directions and get you off of going to the gym or eating right or making sure you're eating balanced stuff and not just eating like Hot Pockets or SpaghettiOs, you know? Make sure you're getting a good diet in there and enjoying things. And the holidays are coming up, so, you know, eat hearty. It's bulking season.
You gotta eat big to get big.
But You got to stay in the gym. If you're not in the gym, you got to start working to get there. Being active really helps. I know there's guys out there with injuries, or they're older than I am, or stuff like that, and those are factors. They're not whining and crying excuses. But at the same time, if hardship is coming for you, it's coming for you as you are. So you have to be either ready to meet that hardship, or you're going to let it overwhelm you.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you!
I'm not coming from a place of trying to make you feel bad. It's, hey, we all know things are going to get bad. So let's all help each other. Let's bring each other up and get to better places. And don't forget to take this weekend and next weekend to recharge, rest, and get some quality time with the family or those important to you.
Not my supervisor!
If you're military, fire, law enforcement, healthcare, even veterinarians, don't forget the single guys or girls and those that are on watch or on shift, because they're holding it down while you're home enjoying the holiday. So don't forget about them. If you have a bunch of leftover food, I know a lot of guys that don't have family where they are, or they just don't have family. They don't have anywhere to go or anything like that. Maybe open up a spot at your table, or bring them some food, or say, hey, you want a plate, or hey, you want to come by, stuff like that. When I was stationed in Spain, I had a guy, the friend group that we were in was celebrating Christmas, and we had one guy had nowhere to go. And we all gave each other gifts. We were a really, really close, tight-knit unit. We had the one guy who was new, and he didn't have anywhere to go. We didn't know what to get him, so we just got him a bunch of Playboys and alcohol. So he came over. He's like, oh, this is the best Christmas ever. You guys got me alcohol and naked chicks. And we had a good time. And he got fed, and he wasn't sitting in the barracks all depressed. And about a month later, he came up to the three of us who were, the main people. We were over at one of my friend's houses. He hosted it, but he came up to us and he was like, hey man, thanks a lot. I didn't have anywhere to go. I was kind of getting a little depressed about it, and y'all made my day. So it's the little stuff that counts. You don't have to go out of your way. You don't gotta buy somebody your car or do anything crazy. Just, look out a little bit. It's the small things that matter to people. And the real tangible things, it's not what you get them or anything like that. Sometimes it's just, being around them, socializing with them, engaging with them, and feeding them, Sometimes it's that simple. Holidays are hard for people and people away from home, so don't forget about that. There are a lot of things to cover, and I do have a long list, but I didn't want to carry all of it into the holidays. There's enough stuff that people are worrying about, and I'm not just going to drop that on you right before Christmas. I will be covering that later, and I constantly in these update videos keep plugging a channel, S2 Underground. If you're not subscribed to that channel, it's in the description. Go over there. When they do Intel updates, it's massive. Like, it helps you get ahead of stuff. Very smart and important things on that channel. I've rambled on long enough. I'm going to leave you all with something from someone I used to lead, who's become a leader herself, and she said to her people, especially for the holidays. It made me proud. But here's what she said to her people. Keep in touch, and at least on speaking terms with your friends and family. Even if it's only speaking terms and not good terms. You never know what's going to happen or when the last time you'll see them will be. I thought that was very, very profound. And a lot of times we all miss the forest for the trees. It's really easy to lose yourself or lose connections with family or any of that stuff over some of the stupidest things. I thought that was a very deep and profound statement, and it makes my heart happy knowing there's a good leader out there leading well, like taking care of her people where they need to be taken care of. And it made me proud. It was her own organic idea, and she's taking care of her people, which makes me very, very happy. And that's the kind of leadership we need nowadays, especially nowadays. So don't let the bullshit that doesn't matter separate you from the things that truly do. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, everybody. And take care out there.
Happy Christmas.